Hey guys, Canned Cream here. As you might have already noticed, there is not a serious video this week. I'm kind of taking a week off from writing and recording and editing. I just kind of need a little bit of a mini vacation. But you know me, I still want to provide you guys with some kind of content, so for those of you who are interested, we're about to have another rambling video. And this time, the topic is, my favorite songs from the series. Someone had asked me this before, and I had thought I had written down who it was so I could properly credit them when I do it, but as it turns out, I didn't. So, to whoever asked me what my favorite MLP music was, I greatly apologize for not writing your name down, but I'm going to do the topic right now. So, the question was unclear about whether it was from the show or whether it was fan-made music. So, this time I'm going to do music that's actually from the show. I might do my favorite fan-made songs at another point in the future when I need to do another rambling video. Keep in mind that as I do this, I'm not saying that these are the best ones ever made. I'm not going to try to justify with all kinds of audio, technical, babble, whatever. This is really just a list of, this is what I like. So if you do not agree, and as we have so much MLP music you probably won't agree, you know, that's totally fine. I'm just giving you my own opinion here today. So let's go ahead and start with, let's do top 7. Let's do my top 7 favorites. So at number 7 is the Winter Wrap-Up song from the title of the same name. The reason I like Winter Wrap-Up is that this one has such a catchy chorus line. I mean, I don't even need to say any more than the name, and that chorus is probably already going through your head. What makes the song really fun is that the shift in tone that this song takes. It starts off very slow, very quiet, and then it builds up a lot of energy, which kind of fluctuates up and down until the end of it. It makes for a really fun, entertaining song to listen to because it's constantly changing itself up. And not to mention that Winter Wrap-Up has kind of embedded itself in the brony analysis culture. You know, that's the milestone when you reach that 3,000 subscriber mark. You sing the Winter Wrap-Up song if you so choose. I know I butchered it. A whole bunch of other analysis ponies have tried their hands at it with varying levels of success. So it kind of has a special place that needs to be recognized. Number 6 would be Art of the Dress. I personally have an affinity for songs that go by, that have fast parts in it, that have a really, fast talking segments of the song, which Art of the Dress has very close to its chorus, which I would attempt to do for you now, but honestly, I haven't memorized the words. I just like the way it sounds. Rarity also has one of the better singing voices out of the cast, which doesn't mean that anyone has a bad one. There has not been anyone in this show that cannot sing, except for maybe Delancey, but he kind of openly admits that, hey, I can't sing. But still, his Glass of Water song was still really fun despite that. So Art of the Dress kind of, it works as this really nice segue between making dresses for the main 6 and having them actually be finished. So we're skipping over a lot of tedious, repetitive stuff that would be not so fun to watch and mixing it up into one really entertaining song with a lot of great visuals and things flying around, and it's frankly really cool and really beautiful. At number 5, and I know I'm going to get flanked for this, at number 5, The Rappin' History of the Wonderbolts. Frankly, this is so stupidly entertaining. I question how anyone can't love it. I mean, it's Pinkie Pie, and she's rapping about the Wonderbolts, and it's actually kind of a good rap. The fact that it's also set up as a early 1990s MTV music video just makes it all... I mean, the screen resolution even changes. How is that not the coolest thing? I know I'm talking more about the visual than the audio, but the first time I saw this, it made me laugh so much, and even now it still makes me laugh. Just how absurd and hilarious it is. The only reason this doesn't go higher on my list is because we've had just so much great music. Like, for example, my number 4, Celestia's Ballad from Magical Mystery Cure. Now, Magical Mystery Cure as a whole was one big, almost musical. There was, I think, actually more songs in this episode than there was actual dialogue, wasn't there? And they were all relatively good. but Celestia's Ballad, I think, was the take-home from me. This was the first and so far really only time that MLP has made me tear up. I honestly came close to crying during this song because it was just so beautiful and so emotional. Yeah, the visuals themselves work as one big clip show, but when you have Celestia singing, this is the first time that we've heard her sing, she has this wonderful singing voice, and the message of the song is so beautiful. It's not the kind of song that I would go out of my way to listen to a whole bunch, but when I do hear it, I love it. I love every second of it. It is a beautiful song, and I am so glad that we finally got to hear Celestia have her own solo song in this series. At number 3 is Hearts as Strong as Horses. Do you ever have a song that you like, but you can't exactly explain why? It's just something about it is just pleasing to your ear. That's what Hearts as Strong as Horses is to me. Something about it is just, audibly pleasing, and I can't exactly put my finger on why. Maybe it's the high energy of the song, the upbeatness of it, of the music, of the bass line, of the lyrics. Maybe it's just the fact that the CMC as a whole make for a really good trio when it comes to singing. Their 3 different voices kind of harmonize in a really nice way. So almost any time that they get a legitimate song, not one of their joking songs as they tend to get from time to time, it works. It always works for me. Whereas I said before, Celestia's Ballad isn't the type of song I would go out of my way to listen to, Hearts as Strong as Horses is. As for exactly why, I can't say. Number 2, This Day Aria from the Canterlot Wedding 2-parter. The reason I really enjoyed this song is because it kind of harkens back to the old Disney animation type of music. There's a lot of storytelling done in this song, a lot of villain unveiling their master plan through wonderful lyrics. And this is also, it's kind of a really dark and somber song for MLP. Dark and somber, not, in general. It starts off soft and sweet because we have Chrysalis still pretending to be Cadence in some way, and then as she starts unveiling her plan, the song gets darker and the tone shift changes, and it's a really, really cool thing that they do as they bring us through the preparations for the wedding into the wedding itself, as we see the harrowing escape of Twilight and Cadence. It's a song that it's no wonder that it's been remixed and covered so many times by the Brony community. It's just a song that's worth remembering and worth redoing and worth singing, and believe me, if I had a decent singing voice, I would be singing this all the time. And number 1, my all-time favorite song from MLP, surprisingly enough, is another CMC song, Bab Seed. This has been my favorite. The over-the-top visuals of it, the upbeat singing, the upbeat music itself, the slightly repetitive but not to the annoying extent chorus line, the fact that, like a lot of the songs I've talked about so far, there's kind of a shift between how it sounds. I know there's a better word for it. I'm not an audio engineer, so I cannot for the life of me tell you. The way that the song just kind of shifts ever so slightly as it goes on. Dips and curves and goes up and goes down. It's really, really awesome. Are you starting to see why I don't talk about audio all that much? Because I don't know what I'm talking about. I can just point out a thing and say, hey, I like this thing. This is a good thing. When it comes to that, Bab Seed, that's my good thing. It feels almost kind of like trying to choose a favorite child, picking between MLP's absolute cornucopia of music. They have done so much great stuff that I am sure that there are hundreds of thousands of people with a top 7, a top 10 list, a top 20 list that wouldn't even have a single thing that I've picked on mine, just because we have that many songs to choose from. It's kind of amazing how cartoons nowadays are starting to get back into being part musical. That went away for a really long time, and I don't know what encouraged its reemergence, but when we have music that's this good, that varies this much. I mean, MLP alone, you can have a kind of an upbeat pop song. You can have a fun, whimsical, glass of water Discord song. You could have something dark and gritty like This Day Aria. We can have a freaking rap. There is absolutely no limit to what MLP will do or what it's inspired by. It's only a matter of time until we get that MLP death metal song. So as soon as that becomes canon, you know what? I joke about that, but if they do it, I am perfectly content with the idea that they'll do it well. I say this in joking now, but then it will happen, and then once again, I will be revealed for the amazing prophet that I am. I figure if I keep saying that enough, people will start believing it. So thank you guys very much for listening today. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys taking the time to hear me ramble on about my own personal opinion as if that had any merit to anything whatsoever. You guys are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and I promise I will get back to making actual content again very soon. I'm actually working on a collab right now. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought it would, but hopefully I'll have this thing ready for you very soon. I think you'll enjoy it. So, thank you very much for listening, and as always, stay pony, my friends.